Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a little bit of a fun one. We're going to be doing a tier list, ranking all of the different golf shoe brands out there. Now it should be noted that I haven't tried all of these golf brands out, even though I've been collecting the golf shoes and reviewing golf shoes on this channel now for the past like 5-6 months. I certainly can't claim to have tried out personally all of these different brands. So a lot of the background knowledge that I'm going to be operating with when ranking these is pretty much just coming from an aesthetic point of view, the stories I've heard, the reviews I've read, and the accounts that I've heard from various people that attest to these various different brands. Now when it comes to like ranking these brands, a lot of it has to do with the aesthetics, particularly in the cases wherein I've not actually tried these pairs out, but also pricing, value for money, ingenuity, technology, innovation, all that type of stuff. So those are the conditions that are going to determine where we rank each and every brand. So let's just start it off with the first brand. Starting off with G4. I don't have any G4s. I haven't tried out any G4s. My personal favorite G4 golf shoe is the G112. I think this looks quite sleek. Really clean design. Looks like it could be worn in a variety of different ways. The outsole looks pretty rugged, pretty spiky. At 229 pounds though, that is a pretty penny to pay. The quality must be pretty decent. So I'm gonna go ahead based on that and put G4 on the B tier. Let me know what you think about that. Next up, we have New Balance. I'm a big fan of New Balance. I've got a whole bunch of New Balance sneakers in my sneaker collection. Don't have any New Balance golf shoes yet, but there are one or two models that I do quite like the look of. Looks like what New Balance have basically done is they've just taken a whole bunch of their popular sneaker models and then just converted them into golf shoes. In terms of like technology, innovation, doesn't really seem like there's much going on there, but they are good looking shoes. I would go ahead and put New Balance in the C tier. Right, let's take a look at J. Lindeberg. Only a couple of models I can see here, or actually only one model I can see here. The Vent 500. These look a little bit like On Cloud running shoes, particularly with that midsole action. Clean looking shoe, simple looking shoe. 200 pounds though, a little bit steep for my liking. I'm not sure if there are any other J. Lindebergs out there, but I'm gonna go ahead and put J. Lindeberg in the D tier. Right, let's talk about Adidas. There are a couple of considerations with Adidas because you've got the Adidas Golf range, and then you also have the Adidas Originals Golf range. So let's just put the whole lot under one umbrella. A little bit like the New Balance stuff, the original stuff is basically a lot of Adidas's most classic silhouettes of all time, whether it's the Gazelle or the Samba. These things have been repurposed with the soft spike outsole. I mean, if you look at the catalog, bro, they've got a lot of stuff going on in the Originals line. Good looking shoes. I've got a pair of Gazelles myself. Where would we rank Adidas in terms of golf shoes? I think they have to be up there. This is a pretty strong golfing brand for golf shoes. So yeah, let's go ahead and chuck them in the B tier. Puma. Let's talk about Puma. A little bit like Adidas, a bit of a mixture when it comes to some of the retro models that have been glammed up for golf. They've got a few golf specific shoes as well. They cover a lot of different precincts in the market. Puma are coming in the most moderate in terms of price, which you can't help but factor in. Yeah, look, they seem to have pretty much all the bases covered in general. I know they also have some nice collab and some more classic looking shoes out there. I think they've got to be right there with Adidas, right? I'm gonna put Puma in the B tier. Haan golf shoes, the iconic American performance lifestyle brand and retailer. These guys haven't been around in the golf game for that long, apparently, since 2021. Good looking shoes, pretty classic. Yeah, look, let's put Haan in the D tier. Nike. Okay, the first big boy. Let's separate out Nike and Jordan, shall we? Or I guess maybe we shouldn't, because we put Adidas and Adidas Originals underneath the same umbrella. Maybe we have to put Jordan and Nike under the same umbrella just to be consistent. Look, Nike have got all corners of the market pretty well covered. They've got all the retro models, all the Jordan retro models. Bro, it's gonna be pretty difficult not to put Nike right up there. These guys have got all the different bases covered. I think the only fair place to put Nike is in the A tier. Now we come to FootJoy, arguably the kings. These guys have been around for time. Another brand that has all the different bases covered. These guys are golf shoes, let's be honest. I don't think we really need to spend too much time between the players that use FootJoys. I mean, pretty much everybody has got at least one pair of FootJoys in their collection, right? And for those of you out there that only have one pair or like a couple of pairs of golf shoes, it's almost certain that one, if not both of those shoes are FootJoy. So yeah, there's no point messing around. I think when it comes to golf shoe brands, FootJoy, S tier, no doubt. Right, let's talk about Payntr. Payntr have been massively on the up in recent times. These guys are arguably like the hottest golf shoe brand out there right now. The moves they've been making with Jason Day have been immense. A lot of this stuff is selling out. It's been selling out since the start of summer. Take this from someone that has bought a couple of pairs. The Match Day SCs, the Moving Day SC, the 87 SC. They've got the collaboration with Haan. They have the Gators that have recently released and sold out. They also have a whole bunch of other options as well that come in at much more moderate prices as well. And some of their stuff in those same said categories tends to go on sale as well. So it's not like one of these snooty brands that carry product that's inaccessible from a price point perspective. So listen, man, I think Payntr right now are right up there. I think it's only fair to put Payntr into the A tier. Right, let's talk a little bit about Reebok Golf. It's a little bit different because the products that are available in the US are different to the products that are available here in the UK. I would have loved to have gotten my hands on a pair of the Question golf shoes. Being an Allen Iverson fan, I would have liked to have gotten my hands on the black pair of these, and to see them over there in the US currently 40% off, bro. The red pair, a little bit clown shoey, but the black pair, bro, I like those, man. 40% off, I would have loved to have come up on a pair of those. The OG pumps, very cool shoes, and obviously the performance has got to be good because Bryson is smashing it in them. I do think they're on the up. I'm gonna put Reebok in terms of best golf shoe brands. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the B tier. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Under Armour. Don't have any Under Armour golf shoes. It's not, to me, it's not like a really desirable brand. Under Armour have never really been that desirable to me. I do know that Under Armour do have some good golf shoes. They do have some good golf gear as well. I do have an Under Armour golf glove, but yeah, from a value for money perspective, great. But from an all around like best golf shoe brands, I'd have to put Under Armour in the D tier. Radio, next up, Ecco. For a long time, Ecco golf shoes have been lauded as a really fantastic, comfortable golf shoe. So these guys have, yeah, a little bit of preeminence about them. Look, I think Ecco are pretty legendary when it comes to golf shoes. I don't have any. They're not like super desirable to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the B tier. Skechers, wow. You know, Skechers used to be a little bit of a, not laughing stock, but a bit of a laughing stock. Listen, man, I think when it comes to value for money, these guys look like they've got it pretty well sorted. Desirability isn't really there for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put Skechers in the D tier. Right, let's talk about Oakley, because Oakley are one of those brands in golf that, bro, they're low-key fire, straight up. Especially some of their older stuff, some of the more vintage Oakley golfing stuff. Bro, there's some nice stuff out there. I'm gonna put Oakley golf shoes as well as like the whole brand in the B tier. What do you guys think about that? Okay, so a couple of more brands to go. We've got Lacoste, who have a pretty simple range from what I can see. Nothing too crazy. Pretty similar to a lot of the other stuff. I feel like Lacoste is kind of flagging, both in terms of the design, the aesthetic, the appeal, the technology. I feel like Lacoste are probably going to be the lowest ranked so far. I'm going to chuck Lacoste down in the E tier. And then to finish off, we've got Mizuno. Mizuno have a bit of a different range going on. They seem to be quite big fans of the boa lacing system, the old disc lacing system. They have some pretty classic shoes as well. They're pretty reasonably priced, but I feel also a little bit like Lacoste's. It's all very meh. Nothing particularly desirable about the Mizuno golf shoes. Unlike their clubs, I'm gonna say their shoes are pretty mid. So I'm gonna put Mizuno in the E tier as well. And there we go, that is the lists. Only one brand in the S tier, that's FootJoy. A tier, Nike. I mean, what do you guys think about that list? Is that like pretty on points? Don't forget, I'm not someone that has all of these brands and has tried out all of these brands. I'm sure if I tried a pair of the lower ranked brands on and played really well in them, I would shoot them up the list. I've tried to be reasonably objective. It might be interesting to see how this list would change given a year's time or a couple of years' time. So I will look to come back to this and maybe refine it or revisit it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Was that an accurate breakdown? Would you have placed the brands in a different order? Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, man. We're doing it, it's happening. Really excited to be sharing this journey with you guys in my bid to become a bit of a golfing YouTuber alongside my sneaker YouTube. So yeah, your support really does mean a lot. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, man. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now. Peace out.